Raised by Narcissists, Chapter 2. The first post is by Silty Femoid Pigeon, titled, I found myself and my 8-year-old daughter in the same scenario as when my narcissist mom damaged me as a 10-year-old, and I chose to be better. This is kind of a pat on the back and kind of just a vent to acknowledge one of the many ways my narcissist mom screwed me up. I appreciate, in advance, anyone who reads this post. When I was 10-ish, my narcissist mom and I was stuck waiting at a train in her car. I caught a glimpse of myself in the rearview mirror, and for whatever reason I thought, hey, I'm kinda pretty. I feel shame even typing that sentence out today, thanks to my narcissist mom. I had recently seen something on TV about celebrity lips, and I was thinking about whether or not I had pretty lips, and decided my lips were kinda pretty. Again, shame. I made the mistake of asking my narcissist mom if she thought my lips were pretty. She hit the roof. Stuck in that vehicle with her and no escape, she scolded me and shamed me until I felt like a tiny, ugly piece of garbage. Something to the effect of, were you just staring at yourself in the mirror? Do you know what that is called, Silty Pigeon? Vanity. Vain people stare at themselves in the mirror. Vain people think that they're pretty. People that think that they are pretty on the outside are ugly and hideous on the inside. People who are pretty on the surface are ugly deep down. And if you're ugly on the inside, you might as well be ugly on the outside too. This was the first time I remember her saying something to that effect to me, but nowhere near the last, and it really stuck with me like a pox. To this day, I cannot compliment myself in any way without feeling ashamed, like I'm a bad person for even thinking something positive about myself. Not my looks, my artwork, not anything. I also do not accept compliments well. I deny and downplay. I'm trying to work on that because it really pushes off my husband. Fast forward 25 years. I'm sitting in my car in a drive-thru with my 8-year-old daughter. She's looking at herself in the mirror. She turns to me and asks, Mom, do you think my eyes are pretty? I think my eyes are pretty. Her eyes are gorgeous. She has beautiful hazel eyes. The memories of what my narcissist mom lecturing me came flooding back, and I instantly teared up. I asked my daughter to turn and look at me so I could see her eyes. I looked at her for a good while, and I replied to her, Your eyes are beautiful. You are beautiful on the outside, and you are absolutely gorgeous on the inside. I love you, beautiful girl. I assume my daughter will probably never think of that moment again. Maybe it didn't make much of an impression on her. But that moment with her really hit me and affected my heart and soul. I felt like I was given a redo of a crappy moment in my life with my narcissist mom, and I chose to fix that moment for my daughter. I want her to know that she's beautiful and to never feel ashamed to believe it or to hear it. I want her to smile and say thank you when someone pays her a compliment. I want to be able to do that too. The next story is from Spontane Moose, titled, My Mother's Friends All Shut Her Down When She Told a Story About My Badness. For context, when I was 3 years old, I was in the washroom and decided to try on my mom's necklace. In all fairness, it was a beautiful thing that she had worn to her wedding. But I dropped it in the toilet. Then, 3-year-old, impulsive, later to be diagnosed with ADHD me, flushed it. And obviously it flushed, never to be seen again. I have always felt terrible about this. I have apologized for many, many years. age 6, age 9, age 13. I'm sorry, Mom, for flushing your necklace down the toilet. I'm sure we're all familiar with those petty, insulted responses. So recently, at a dinner party with all of her neighborhood friends, my mom decides to pipe up and tell the story of how awful little me destroyed her property, one-upping everyone's light-hearted tales, of course. Mom starts the story. When Spontaneous Moose was 3, here she gets cut off by Tom, a teacher. Great guy. She was 3? Shouldn't she have been supervised? Mom didn't even get to tell her story. The entire party agreed with Tom instantly. No way it's the 3-year-old's fault. My mother was stunned and didn't say anything as the conversation moved on. I never felt that amazed, and God, so fucking relieved. The last post is by Campus Christmas, titled, Wasn't Expecting That Response. Narcissist Mom. My narcissist mom dropped by this morning and got more than she bargained for. My 9-year-old daughter told me out loud that she loved me, and though I encourage it, saying so is a no-no when narcissist mom is around. To her, it must imply she loves me more than her. And if my daughter doesn't follow it up with a quick, I love you too, Grand Harpy, there's hell to pay. My daughter didn't follow it up. So narcissist mom takes matters into her own hands and goes into this monologue about how I love you the most and I am going to die someday. But when I'm dead, I'm going to follow you wherever you go with my arms around you the whole time. After a pause, my daughter, totally deadpan, replied, You're creepy. That kid rocks my world.